Oh, thank you.
Yes.
당가서 니 윤디가 단딩해라 다 대치 시시에라고 듣더니 다 시선 반다고 그러지래 다 찾아온다고 이래 디고 될라니 사진이 봐 능년 바신에 로치를 말한 주필로 준승이 시신이 딩원에 만도 근데 있으더리
So from tonight, so we'll continue on this the heading which talks about the actual like the presentation of this LamRim text. So the heading which is the after developing certainty about the path, the explanation of how to train mind in the stages of the path. So prior to that, so we cover some general teachings as introductions.
안타 니방 엠바시네 로치름바 로준승 니셰발라 생이텔라요 네 사체 닌두스 로치 자와시니 템비차 테네 로치타 주에 rum바스네 네 사체 니조조데스.
So this heading which is then explained under these two subheadings, which is the how to rely on spiritual teacher as the root of the path, and then the having relied on the spiritual teacher, then how to train the mind in the stages of the path.
네 사진이 되니 러르침비 사진 노지지 마수yon 되서와 대인자네 사체 그런 거네 비네 비시에서 런hol에네 비신 침부지 된 거요래 했으네. 드니 숨도스.
So this the headings and the subheadings and all this which really accords with the outlines of the Tsongkhapa's the great treatise, and so it is said that even when we think of this the heading, the meaning of the headings, so it like encompasses a lot, a lot of this about this the text.
제장 사제 동보 팅고는 런치 자와 세긴살 가르송거여서나 변한 신이를 로마당 제올라 소바 야부시게 야와테니 자와를 rol에 받는 거지. ngajo tanda tanjo nyekane malopi sunju suje mato pada ni ta nyole tsama nyoslene tupachi o tsama ani shenye tens konal role gresne ani tunusungu yores tsawanate
in this the first subheading, which when you say how to rely on the spiritual teacher as it says, we use the word as the root of the path. So, which also which explains a lot like how it is true. It is showing that just as the when you think of the trees, all these the leaves and branches and everything, really. Arise from the root of that tree. So in the same ways, so what is saying is the developments of all these stages of the path that then to the the complete enlightenment. So it's saying that it's all the rooted in this the practice relating of relying on the spiritual teacher.
제가 니 로르술에 니다 시당 gewishi dance the nembu shuji sungyo resro de sumi je garresena ani ta kusachu loren jimbi ka tin de sunjo desro ani loren de la ni nonche de pasipi lonsin dongo yuzu lo tengyo res chewa de ngo lo me la me ju lo nyole ju und shine ama sungyo res
So, with regard to this very the important of the practice relating to the relying on the spiritual teacher as the root of the path, relating to this, then I found in this the LamRim, the commentary on the middling LamRim by His Holiness Dalai Lama. So where he mentioned that that what we find in this in the LamRim or the stages of the path teachings, so where the everything, all the practices are all the presented in terms of achieving, the state of Buddhahood, or the state of the Buddha's omniscient mind, in the context of someone who is engaging or who is depending on the highest yoga, tantra, to reach to that complete enlightenment.
제정아 니 로른디가 시당 아니 드잘라 니 시아우충은 지 롱세바드노 데니징이 요레스로와 이나야 니 단디 쳇드자드자 조나데 아니 조텔라 니 시아우충은 지라서 봐요 말이 시아우침비가 로딩에 대요 뭐라면 시주치로는비 로딩이 드지 못시는 수마레스네 아니 로딩이 같은 것도 수요됐어.
So His Holiness, clarified that in his, when he gave this the commentary to this the middling LamRims. So where he says that the trainees or the followers of this, the suitable follower of this, the LamRim teachings, includes the, of course, include the person of like a person of the small scope or the middle scopes, but however the primary or the main followers, are the person of great mental scope, and particularly the person who who follows the highest yoga tantra.
다 사제 동보 네 런처가 신이 템비츠텔라야 네 터정을 라치다죠. 도스치다죠. 야스네. 네 사제 니셰죠. this.
Okay. So now just as to the first the subheading, which is the how to rely on the spiritual teacher as the root of the path. So that is explained under this further three subheadings, which is the preparations, then the actual and the conclusions.
오늘 드리고는 턴즈 천천히 예와대 배 네, 다 개치 무시오를 쓴 것도. 네, 가이스나 니저 추치보대 네 탄도 선이 논디 되고요. 그래서 가시 탄도 선이 논라 디네. 다 탄도 선이 그 대도 담바지 준소나 네 니저 탄지들 대도 담바지 준 거요. 그래서 대 준소나 네 드네 다와 드네 로즈네 네 무체 대도 담바지 거요. 그래서
So this the three subheadings. So which really the indicates which are very important. Part of or in another word, which says a lot about our whole practice, because there is the nothing that is included in this, like in the either we are in the actual like the actual sessions or the in between the session, like a meditation session. So there's so therefore if we can say that how we spend our time, utilize our time during the session and in between the session, if these are all very meaningful, then we can say that our whole life will, time will also become meaningful.
단 더정올 지다샤츠테스 텔라요니 사치 선도위죠. 그래서 요외 치도 니지 지다쇼 뉴트 지다샤기를 봐서네 용인 주선도가 요와 니지 주선 그래서
no 되게 다른 게 장사소
더정올 지다나 지는 시에데 더정올 지다샤고도 단소스 지다샤 있었지 니들죠.
알레로
단단히 우텔라 아니 더정올 지다샤고텔라 용인 주선시노
알레 okay some
이틀이 나이세
no yeah really I thought the way I outlined this the headings went one step further. So the two, first we have said two, which is the actual sessions and then the in between sessions. So which we cover now the actual the session and then that can has a further three, which is the preparations, the actual and the conclusions.
단 무슨한테 넣었어?
No.
다 조이치텔라요. 아니 땅이 좀 ཉel다 조와텔라니 주시 좀 되스러. 아니 제와 요면 봐. 그래서 조와트 미 사지도 맞던가.
나한테요.
사지
나한테.
아니 조와텔라니 그래서 내 구시 도시라 그 수투치 때 좀 봐스러. 아니 제와 요면 봐. 이제 봐 쇼 봐스. 아니 선바텔라 때 대월라 리노노 치드데트케데 게세치와 지중문에 샹로세치수 샤와스 여와 수시 산데 바스 나와 소중기 네디바 예로다마 면라도 지든 바와스 주바 소안데 바 명어죠 저돈쟁에서 샤와고스 사진데 해지르다.
So so now we start with the preparations, so which are the further explained in actually the under six topics, six headings, and so which if from this text which says clean the house and set out the receptacles of body, speech and mind, and then arrange the offerings properly in a beautiful array, and then sit properly on a comfortable seat in eightfold body posture or in whatever manner is comfortable, and cultivate taking refuge, develop the enlightenment mind, and cultivate the four immeasurables. Then they visualizes the sublime assemblies, make 7 branches of offering, including a mandala, as the essence of purification and accumulating merit. Make supplication prayers by following these. Yes, so up to that.
제자들이 드니기 조회 주들라니 다 가춘주다 어떤 있어야 해서 말이스러와 penanga zu chashimbo ji kugena ni joala chashimbo kia ta jichena chaso zi dup maduna ni chashimbo yungu marawas dena jiga ni di jowe yelote ni yapoji machena nine niji kas nyonyo jela sheala ni tachi skringa zu chetoya mutaya tani negotigo resrwa.
So this 6 explains about what we need to do as the preparations for for engaging in the actual practice, and so just as how the preparations is important for any things activity that we undertake, even as small as making a really good tea. So you got to have a good preparation in terms of the getting the right ingredients and knowing all the recipes and so forth is so important. So likewise, if the really the how we be success in our actual practice, how we will progress in the practice it much depends on this how well we prepare ourselves for the practice.
Onta sache tombo ne ko shito chala kusu tu chete tomba singetela ne ko shito shega jinse karresena pena ngazo nona ni chi lama marel ta pembo chimbo da mo chimbo da ji chi yungu ye wa ina ngazo ti keshi na che tsoma na che chaso chi che gro ta ko zol ki ya ga che ta o te no ji ta ngazo ti ne tela ani ta shon ji long re ga ani chi gom ani tni che ge yi nyong le che ge za ani tela ya yendo la ani ta ani tni ta ki jo tsa ta la ne ko tso ni tsama zor ke che shi ge res.
Okay, so let's first we look into the meaning of the first preparatory practice, so which is the cleaning house and arranging the altar with the representation of the holy body, speech, and mind, and so why this is this is important, because we are the place where we which choose to do our practice. So this is where we will be engaging in this the stage of the path practice, and which is to to achieve for us to achieve the complete enlightenment. So it's a very important task. So really, as a respect, to honor our respect and to honor our practice, it is very important to make sure that we get the right with this first preparatory practice. Just same as if you were to invite a guest to you, some guest or some important person to your house, so we would normally ensure that our place is clean, and it's which is to show our to welcome the guest, or this and as well as as a show of our respect to the guests.
제가 아니 안다 소소소 드니셔라 아니 내고셔도 시디살라 아니 그런라 소소 지부에서래 소소다 왔다니다 야지 내 점마치네는 제고 쉬고 있차소나 미용에도 저거 가르쳐 다 소소를 때라도 살에 소소나고 든지 그런 막고 왔지 아니 세체 도체 그때는 주비 수지지 공부 도바 시작하는데 대인사 다 디체다니 다 로르라서 뭐 강강데 진연에 체크건데 다 디체다니 다 zama chegi kechi chegi soson rabuji chuna ne pen chimu yore sun tani sungu des.
So now in this part of the cleaning the house or the place where we are undertaking our practice, so it's important that we get our motivations right, motivation in cleaning the place. So our motivation is wrong if we think that so that we would feel ourselves much like a better so it is for our own pleasure, so it is wrong, and as well as it is wrong motivation so that we will receive admirations or praise from the others that because we kept the place, kept the house very clean, and so rather we should ensure that our motivations, so our motivation is that why we are doing this, because this is a place where we are doing this engaging this practice, which is to achieve complete enlightenment for the sake of all sentient beings. So to really to engage in this practice for to benefit all sentient beings, and so we kept this place clean, and if we do that, if we have such a motivation, then this we would have a lot of, there's a great deal of benefit that we can acquire from this applying this first preparatory practice. So there's the story of which during the time of the Lord Buddha. So there was one Arya named who's in Tibetan Lamchung, so who was known to have achieved the state of liberation of the arhathood by engaging in this in the activity of cleaning. So if I give just a little bit the detail about these stories. So so once, so in the town, this, which is I think the Saraswatis, so where there was one Brahmin a family, who has Karsati Pumawakin. So the families have face the problem of not being able to to have the to survive their children, because it's keep every time a child's born, and it's soon after the child born, it keep dying. Loss.
Nimachi ni koronzo da mazungu za da wajla gemoji sare ko yune ni ta jel chino zu pushi suna shewa to lanzo call te shu the kigo ni sembo che ga tashi te ko osne ani tri laures.
And then one day, an old woman who came to the house and who said that next time when you have a child, you give birth to a child, and then let me know, and I will I will help you to prolong or survive the child.
Nimachirani ya kusol pujichi ore pujichi di sarani gemoti ke dang di sala gemoti gani pute khne re ka butna no pa chu ani khanun maji lu ta ti khronso leka lenge pomoji la kone ani ta charon de khne mani long sindo mande jindo ka wai na chin ro shos ani tne ta sharopi ga tawala maina da no be tawala maina da to zo kangal ndel shala jaru chi sene antni shishu sene ani pomode la
So later on, as the another child was born, and then the family then called this the old woman and then who came, and then she wrapped she put some butter in the mouth of the child, and then wrapped the child in a white cloth, and then she handed the child to another woman, and then advised that take this child and then sit in some like an intersection of some road, and then please, if any the monks or sangha pass by, then a request to say prayer for the child also.
Chetane pomote pe chumboje sare. Pomote pute ki longa chimbo tandi chi ge jindo tela. Dedi sale tela ta tombo ni mate pe ga ne tawa mo boji pe ne. Yung de sale ne pomote ga amati ga ngo anoji tani ta pogde dongani che chang zulu gija shi ge indel ne shala jaru chi si de sale ne de zo ga tawa zo ga ne ta chero tsering bo yung wa shu. Ni ta pame ga sombaji den ro wa shu sene meno jane chimbares.
So accordingly, this the woman who had the child, so she sat. She took the child and then sat in the crossroad, and as she was sitting there, then the first group of the sanghas who came, so they were actually from they were like a outsider or a non-Buddhist, and but however she explained the situation to them, to this group, and then requested for the prayers. So therefore these non-Buddhist like ascetics, so they pray this child to live long, and because the Tsering Buddha, and live long, and also pray that may the wishes of the parents of the child be fulfilled.
Taniya tesi dedi sala jela ni numbe geno mo boji pe sala tela ngama no ji shudi sala so that ngataba ngama no ji ga ane melo jawres.
Then after some time, then a large group of some bhikshus, Buddhist bhikshus, came, and then again the lady related her stories about the child, and then requested for a prayer, and the bhikshu also made the same prayers.
Ane pomote ga yang pute kine ni chonden de ya mi pesaji senyo pesaji longaji le ya kinro ni de gu de tsala chonden de pene ni chonden de ushen je ores ni chonden de lo kija shine ne melo tso shu ne ni chonden de melo tso sombores.
And then later on, then she thought of maybe or of requesting prayer for prayer to the Lord Buddhas, and so she moved to a different place, to place where normally the Buddha pass through for the food for the alms, beggings, and so Buddha did arrived, and then she she explained and then requested the prayers as she did before, and Buddha, the Lord Buddha too, made the same prayer for the child.
Anita nyama ma noduzala ni tandoko pute shio maresra ne chime zaki nal pa kichimbares tine ta ti pomoti go longa chimboji tsala zune tni shude inza ani ta puti mila ni lachen sene ami mete ta ni jesu chimboji tsala ni ko jinel happy peleze pe kepacha ani rat shune ni da chomi ko kubutaya tni rejon this.
And then the whole day passed by, and actually the child survived, and then so this old lady then took the child back to the families, and returned the child to the families, and then this child then did survive, and then the family named this child as in Tibetan is like a lamchen, is like a great road, named as that. And then in fact then the child become a great scholars and practitioners, and then even achieve the state of arhatship.
Daya Matsudel Pugnipa Chungares, Pugnipa the Chunzala Gemote, Ketane, Tenichi, Humanaji Chevres. Tidizalani, Pukungi Pumujite, the Ni Tetsi Lelotso. Yes, a Colongo Chimbol Mondovache, Longa Chunjula, any Dede Varesra, Dede in Zani, the Sheropi Tower in Ada, Mumbitawana, such Matu Varesco.
And then after some time the family had the second child, and then they for fear of losing that, so they had that the old woman come over, and then as before the woman, so not same woman, so different women came. So the same woman came, but then she gave it to a different a lady, different woman, and who unlike the previous one, was a little bit like lazy, and so she didn't bother to find some like a major road or major intersections of the road, but she stopped at rather a small road, and didn't really have much the visitors of the monks.
And that so two men are that John and that they push you melon to you good day on Chene, Ni can't win a day penny, Nita, Nimano Gigoni, and in Melon de Sombres. Melon Swinsane, Pumoti Pute Mashiwache, and a Pumoti is pa Nala Kichimares.
So nobody really came to that, the area where that the lady was waiting by holding the child, and however the Lord Buddha, the became aware of this situation, and then Buddha then actually paid visited to this lady, and she and made the prayer of same prayer for that child, and so accordingly the second child too survived.
Tni ta puguti mila ni longa chinchul de yum ta pomote kine de za lochun ba asine ni tni mi ta jandis ni puguti chimbo cha di sale ni yela di sala yeta si ni la di sala kuma la di sala kuma la di sala kuma je ne ni gege mombo shu ji pa lochun na o chaso ni lo mata ya ki kasi lo na ki machine ni zo tni je de disro.
So, so the second child was then named as in Tibetan is a Lamchung. That's like a small road, because of that story, and then anyway, as the child grew up, then he too become grew up. Then they started to educate, but the child was so slow, extremely slow, that even had a difficulty of memorizing a two word, because every time he focused on the next word, then he focused the previous word, and when he's trying to memorize the previous word, then he forget the next one, second one. So never been able to memorize, to improve his memory, and then they rely on, they found so many different like teachers, but still there was no improvement of his memory also.
Ne dan tni zo pugde tni de sala nyama chi da phamani u chung ane no la go jipen jo so korang go peche tang cha ane che ko menge cha di sala ne ta ko ho tu ne ni korang go pinja sala ro ne ro jon dis ane pinja ti di sala ne da chom ko puta de isa ta pinja go ko la ta chen de la ta chi go tni le do ka wa tni do ya sana ne ni je go ta di sala chi Tawazojana, ne chit kawaye pat chene, no ko tawazojo this.
Pamani Chong, sir.
Pamani Chong, ne nung Japonjo me. Ne would Nico Pinjazala. Dora.
And so he was not able to make any, the child was not able to, Lamchung was not able to make any progress on his study. And then as the time passed, so both his parents passed away, and there was really nobody in his home, and there's nothing there. So he left and moved to one of his relatives' place, and who was apparently was someone who has attained a state of arhat, and the Khalsa Gemo, Dorje, Dutch Mekomotosa, Punjato,
Pinjot Dutch Mekomoto de Oro. The Pinjoti Takoronzal Pinjoti in the Salata, Leta Kotawachi Chawina, and a chicken do you mundit.
And who the prophets who realized, who came to know that this the only chance that the child has his to improve his knowledge is to become to take a ordained life.
Niko tawachi chune ne pinjoti ko kol chiche chi labres. Chiche chi te ki dawa son jungre tando kishio mares. Koro jung pike jan den de ye go tanta zengro dinge pogo mombo shinsa yores. Tanda kishio mares.
So he became made him into a ordained or like a celibate monk, and then his relative then trying to teach the words, but still the child had the same block. He could not, memorize, and he'd been repeating, like reciting or repeating these same words every day, over and over again. But yet he was not able to, remember that word. But in fact, because he was reciting, repeating it so loudly that all the other kids, they all in the area already memorize or know that words.
제상아 아니다. 어떤지 중에서다 빈조 거트네. 니다 소노 돈델 다 치글렌데는 요래니. 단델 때와나 쇼지 돈에 니 콜라 질라고에나 원나 녀던도 왔다. 니 메라존에 땅고에나 그리고 니시에다 뒤살라니 다 메라존에 요안데 유소소지. 니 기근에시 공부했어. 되네 니 기가 다고 실루마 비네. 당가서 용 먹었다.
So the relatives got really very frustrated, and he could not understand, what is the block, what is blocking this child, and the child seems to have some sort of connections with the Dharma, and yet is not able to make any progress, and so he's trying to think whether whether he should be more like a gentle with the child, with the showing more affections and love to the child, or should be more aggressive, such as even it means to put this child down, abuse the child, and then anyway the relative then realized that through his clairvoyant powers, then realized that in fact it's better to use the more like aggressive the attitudes towards this child.
아니 코페 센초네 다 파마니 좀 제노나메 다 빈저고 비 대조티살 코세바시 우초네 니 랑카실라 문에 데티살라 아니 다 템베그 대고네 다 템바 대페네 다 조카르 제소스네 케자티살라 키 차소야 슈와레스 아니 슈디살라 템베 다시스네 마조 나산로스네 템베그 츠네 다키 콜라 더봉 드마봉 생이 직세니
No. And so his relative then kicked the child out of his house, and so therefore the child has got nowhere to go, and then eventually he ended up in somewhere in the street, and just sitting there. And but however, at that time, then the Buddha become aware of that the child's situations, and so Buddha then came and then to the child and then taught the two words, which is the kasa dupang or timapong, to get rid of, to avoid the dust and to avoid the stain loss.
Service, Tomaso service, Salaki Tomaso Toyes, Tenite, on a quartel Tomazotene, long good to Trichel, long good to Shichel, and a Gelon to Solaya, Shu, Colony to the Jewish, the Rizochiruchi Lane. And a kitty down Poteshin, Devores.
But still, this child had difficulties, remembering these two words that the Buddha taught him. He could not, and then then Buddha then thought maybe thought about what this child can do, and then Buddha thought of maybe check the child whether can he clean the shoes, the other people's shoe, and then child said yes he can, and so Buddha then check. He sent the child to clean the shoes of some big shoes, and also the Buddha also of course mention all the background stories to the bhikshus and advise bhikshu to allow this child to do this cleaning work of cleaning the shoe work, and so for months and a long period of time, so the child the boy did this cleaning job.
Tene ta jirimbo tene ta longo to tsumazo de tsala ane ta ki khande da butma posingi de chite nimajil shiungo res te shiri tsala ne tembe ta chero ndigir ta longo shik kumare ta chero zulo ko keshi chi shus zulo ko yerwa zulo ko keshi ja shus ne ane ko zulo ko keshi jange ja res.
And then the child then started to learn that the true words that Buddha taught, which is to cleanse the dust and the stains, and then he was successful, to remember those two words, and then that was and then when Buddha found about that, and then Buddha advised now he can take the next job, which is to clean the sweep around the temples, and then so he stopped doing the shoe cleaning job and moved to the sweeping job around the temple.
Ki ta zilo kong keshi che tsangma su di tsala ne ta tembe tushe ga ne shuchi ni ma keja di tsala ya kenyi na di shuchi shenpa shi na ya yung ne shuchi ma yung za shuchi ya yung tani zoni pi ko kale shi wote rite ina yung ki tsendi she lo son nonda ngo ne ka ne da pu tuma pu singi dengi ne shama sho tani che di tsala ne jela ne ta ka ne di ne ya de rika tendo de la ko sono na shi tendo de ki hako sun resrwa tendo de hako sun de ne ko tendo de tendela ne gam jane ane tene rimu to ba ne dacho me ko to sun res
no. And the boy had to work very hard to do the sweeping job because due to some cause, for unknown cause, whenever he swept in one area, then all the leaves and the dirt then move to the other. The wind takes the dust to the other area, then he goes there, and so it's kind of he got to continue to be sweeping, but it's kind of never ending of the cleaning. And then as he's doing, but however, when he was doing this sweeping work, so his intentions, his motive is very pure, and so as he's doing this, so he suddenly actually when he's doing this cleaning, he's at the same time he's saying that word, those two words, which is to get rid of dust and to get rid of the stain, and suddenly he gained the meaning, the actual meaning of these two words, what exactly that mean, and then it is said that then he meditating on this meaning of these two words, to get rid of the dust and get rid of the stain. It said that he reached the state of arhatship, that is the liberations. So there's more to story, but I think we have to stop here to move forward with the teachings.
Ani tanga zoti ten za tanga zoshito ani suzun sam dewa ina gonja wa ina chiche wa ina karina kumba kandiji yewa ina rwa ro desi ko kumba te pi keshi yapo yiso suma shata lor gongo rwa ten za ni ta shuna ni ta kayum bodo sozo kumba kayum bodo no rena shujela toje tso toje tela ta jacheja shecha ne tel chema toma pala supa pone shonji lonji ro mi chokon bala ne ka je pa chi shiwi ne ta je dru chi sene ne rewa chok yesa res.
So as part of that first preparatory practice of cleaning the house, so we need to clean the place, wherever we are perceiving the practice, whether it's a house or in some remote place, or like a hermit, a hermitage, wherever it is. So got to ensure that we clean the place really well, and then then it is said here, and then it is said that if you can, then to the four corner of the one's place, then you make like a stack, what do you call like a cane, and these four are to represent the four great like a kings. Direction kings, and then it says then you make offering to this the four great king, and then pray that may your retreat or your practice be successful, and may all any hindrances or if there's any obstacles there be removed.
Chesanga tena susu desa tela ta ji palen ro me stagaro sai na yo ani tela chok chochota thala sulo mulwa chine pa keti ya po ji zone pa ji dena be noa shibu pi karse ganga de chosho na buji zhōnō yewaji, dēwāla zhōnō yewaji, tani jizo kukir sungudus.
So you clean the place and the house and the whole environment well, so that it will, it is very welcoming for yourself to be in that place, to give you some sort of a joy and. To be just spending your time in that place. So it is instructed here that if to prevent any like a dust to arise. So if you can like sprinkle some waters and so forth. Tezo sarene kasutuchi ten tronco re kasutuchi ten trodisala ta sosiga ani te karo taro on cheshon tingola ne ta yena no ta konya wat tramena ni tembe kjiya ani te ta ya ju charwa a tni sok yesaresa. And then you need to the setting the or arranging the altars. So which is to if you already have some the holy objects that you normally whatever you have in your altar, so that will do. But otherwise you should ensure that otherwise you should have place the like the image of the Lord Buddhas and the so it's also to think that the holy object that you use, you place in the altar, so they are just the representation or the symbolic of the actual holy being. So you have to think. It's important to think that they're the actual the holy beings, and then to you should not think that if that the object that you have, suppose if you have a more than one image, like in the form of like the Buddhas or the deities in the form of like statues, then you may have some statues which can be made out of the materials, such as like some can be expensive, like gold, and other can be less expensive, or there might be some the way the look of those the image could have can be also different, depending on the artist. But however, it's very important that from your perspective you make no difference, that in the sense that the gold one which is made of the more expensive materials are kind of more you have a more value, and than the others. And similarly, if you have your tangas or the painting, so you could also again the drawing in the painting could be also varies, depends on the artist. So again, it's important to make a difference from your side. And this is all to so in short, so you should not have this mentality of this considering all this the holy object as rather as like a part of your material possessions, and accordingly you valuing these each one of them, but rather so all are equally important. Most.
Tsuya Shane, Yena, Tandishon, Solani, Sujing in the Shiche, Kissy Mena, each Mitch Gayo Marisra, Ni Tangasoti, that is Rushendo Inana, Ani Suso Tosiche, tell Sanjo Mot to tell Tuzona to Rushu, Teu Mena, tell Dolenda Wotani, Jambotani Shaw, Tikala, Masun Jay or Jetni, so Shujin so jelly, Chimatella. So that's
if you have some the holy objects, but it is said here, even if you do not have such an actual the material like holy objects to place in your altar, then you can just what you can do as part of arranging the altar. So like for instance, you can have in front of you in a bit a slightly the higher platform. So you can place, you can use like a wooden board or a flat wooden board or like a slate, and then on top on that, then you can put a like a rice, one in the center, and then handful of rice around the like in the four directions, and then the one in the center, that pile of rice. So it is to the symbolic of the Lord Buddhas. So so what's important is your mental the visualizations of the whatever the object that is placed in your altar. So as the actual as the actual Buddhas.
아니 다 드니 제사자는 다 롱 촌이네 바 대사가 대여로 대고라 아니 다 사드니 까보드니가 아니 가르스는 가서지 유주세 지적이와 드니지 아니 다대 가르스는 다 대시 템보요 드니 레스로와 템보 데트야 아니 디딜라네 짝샤야 가서 짝샤테 제모데 놀때 그때바 실루파테네 가 고르마주야 보치네 디나네 텐데야 보여 세군도스
and then as to the arranging your cushions where on which you sit to sit on. So it is said here that if you have a cushions, then just before you place the cushions, so just make it is said here that on the ground, so you draw the like the swastikas, like I think it's in a clockwise swastikas, and then upon which swastika, this is is a symbols of steadiness, steadiness, and then on that, then you place the that a straw, which is called as a kusha in kusha straw, and in such that they all place the tip of the each straw should be facing inside, and where the bottom or the stem facing outward, and each place in a proper order, so they are not crossings to each other, and so it is said as this has this arranging such these these such things in your cushion cushion has is for a very auspicious cause.
ante karsena tende karsena ni temba yo ni sungji hala motela ni ta chung isane ni zaksha telene ni zemu norte yar chishel tene ni teni zo tingol ju ni che chong ni botni sungji sun resrowa je za nga zo ta tembe ge jinju inza ani ta ngi tembe no ta jinju de jinyo le se ta shirwa o teni chena ni tende ge ne che wa yo re singdus.
So this is the auspicious cause, because it the accord, this drawing of a swastika and then placing the kusha straw grass on top with the in a proper order, proper manner. So this is something is the accord with what the historical like Lord Shakyamuni Buddha did before, like in the stories of the Buddha, how Buddha received the offering of this grass from someone, and then he before his begin the meditation, final meditation. So he put those grasses in that particular order, and then he sitting on that, and then he he achieved the complete enlightenment on the full moon. So just as what we are doing, in this part of this preparatory practice, so is really to showing that we are like following or emulating, copying the Buddhas, the way the Buddha arranged his the sitting, and so therefore it is said here that it is a very auspicious cause for one to follow that example,
제장다 드니기 소한데서 kumbating 누로나니 다 대예나 다 딩드노도와 기시 대메나 딩굴다 자라소바 좀보티 딩 짜메그 데라소바 존에 아니 잘네 제스티야 통보존 돈에 대지 마이 그래서 예수서지 아니 드니기 대숑 그거에서 됐어와
So you can if you don't have your own cushions, then you can make the cushions seat out of this the kusha grass. But if you have your own cushions, so you can use that. But it is said that it is the advice here that you that the back of the cushions, where you you rest your buttocks, so it's a little bit higher, higher, and the front is a bit lower. And so so might have to. So out of the 6 preparatory practices, so I think tonight we have to leave at the first preparatory practice.
Good night.